Hello, and welcome to another extra video on Dark Souls LP. You might notice we are back in the Undead Asylum. I'm here because there are a couple of extra things I didn't do when I came here last time because I was a bit too weak and there are things generally I didn't need to get, but now I have a reason to come back and I'm strong enough to get what I want to get. Holy moly, that was a surprising amount of damage. Huh. Plus, I feel a tiny bit better about frame rate issues. I mean, the game still is a bit iffy, but it is at least a lot more manageable than it used to be. Right. Now, if you remember from the very first video, when we were coming out of our cell, to our right there was an arena sort of roomy area that was somewhere in the Undead Asylum. But we couldn't actually go into it. Well, that's about to change. We're about to find out just exactly how we get there. Watch your step. Oh! This is the Stray Demon. And his hitboxes are shitboxes. Fortunately, that's pretty much the only string to his bow. He's a bit rubbish otherwise. Oh, look, even blocking that is a piss take. Oh, Jesus. Fuck you too, Stray Demon. You're a cheesy, cheesy arsehole. And I still have no vitality. I've got to honestly say, one of the worst parts about this is just the really dodgy hitboxes at times. Like, if you get a good distance behind Stray Demon, you'll generally be fine. And like I said, his AI is quite easy to manipulate. As long as you stay behind him, you generally really don't have a lot you need to worry about. Like, if I can do this right, I could potentially never need to even heal with an Estus Flask. But, as you saw before, I can very easily die as well. It's a really cheesy boss. I don't like this area of effect magic bullshit he just sends everyone's way. And I had a friend who played through this the first time, and that's pretty much all he did. He's really a lazy-ass boss. I really dislike this boss. And at a later point you'll see there's another one called the Demon Fire Sage. And for similar reasons I dislike that, because again you get some cheesy magic that is just a pain to dodge more than anything else. And the design is almost entirely similar. He only gets like one extra attack. As much as I like the Dark Souls 1 bosses in comparison to those 2, I have to draw the line with some of them and say, this is really shitty. And this is one of the ones that I just think is just a load of piss. He's not hard exactly, as you can see he's quite easy to manipulate. He's just a nuisance. It's like the difference between a boss being hard and a boss just being punishing, I suppose. You can think about it that way. Let's just stop blathering, we'll just actually get around to killing him. And that hitbox can have a lingering effect as well, so you... Oh, no. You have to be quite careful about your approach as well. Like I said, he's really straightforward. And as long as you stay behind him, you generally don't get hit by any of this bullshit. What's my damage with fire actually? Even with magic weapon I'm just doing shit stuff. It's nearly dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Going for greed! Greed grants me victory. So, what was the point of all that? That was the point. The Titanite slab. Legendary slabs are the heirlooms of a nameless blacksmith deity, who never gets extrapolated on. It's just one of those things that's just thrown out there to give some context. Who forged the weapons of other gods. Weapons forged with this slab become rare, legendary weapons. This is what you use to get the final upgrade path for normal weapons and for crystal and lightning weapons, which are interesting in their own ways. I almost never bother with crystal because the durability cost and the fact you can't repair it just basically makes it worthless to me. You invest so much and you get a weapon that you are eventually just going to throw away. And lightning's not bad actually, but generally I either go for enchanted, divine, or chaos if I'm not making a normal weapon. But that's just personal preference. Now there's one other thing I gotta get before I go, and this is going to be useful in Anor Londo. Fortunately, it's guarded by a big burly black knight of burliness. Oh yeah, I didn't notice this before. This guy got sort of flung to the side by the stray demon. Ah! That's what I get for not paying attention. Game's like... Game just like... No! You have to pay attention or you get shreked. And now I have to remember how to parry these guys. As you can see... I cannot remember! Because I got dead. I think this is the first Black Knight I've actually fought on camera as well. Get to see how burly and nasty they are. Right, so, let's try that again, but less shit. Still want to spend all these souls, actually, at the end of the day, so... I'd like to not lose them if I can. So I'm losing them because of being silly. And trying to parry an enemy, I can very easily just backstab. That's the thing about a lot of these big, burly, nasty enemies in the game. Most of them can just be cheats like this. Because of how the backstab system works in Dark Souls, it's as easy as that. There's another one where the undead archer was. When the first time we were through him, we had to pick up all our weapons. But I'm not really going to bother with him. This is what I was after. How the hell it got here? Well, just got thrown in here by some asshole. But this is what it actually is. A strange doll in a strange dress. There once was an abomination who had no place in this world. She clutched this doll tightly, and eventually was drawn into a cold and lonely painted world. What the fuck is it doing here, then? Like, story-wise, there's absolutely no reason for it to be there. It should be in the painted world, because again, it's how you get in there. It's only really there for gameplay reasons, I'll be frank. And that's pretty obvious, but still, it's just kind of irritating, really. Now, I'm actually just going to homeward bone back, because I'm too lazy to go through all the rest of the areas. And also, because I want to talk a bit more about my build. This is going to be before the main set that it's going to come with, so if there are any changes, that's why. I have... really only one level's worth? Oh, that's rubbish. Can't have that shit. There's a... I'm not going to eat Quelaag Soul. I'm pretty sure this is common knowledge about boss souls in this game, but boss souls can be used to create weapons. So, unless you know you're not going to be building anything out of the soul, don't use it. There we go, 2 comfortable levels. Question is, in what? This is what I've been thinking about with this build. I'm not going to level strength any more than 25. 25 is relatively comfortable to use quite a few strength weapons if I like, but I'm not going to be using that many. I'm going to be pumping up dex, and I decided I'm going to make a lot more use out of faith as well, because at 30 faith you can use most miracles, and most miracles work really, really goddamn well. Again, I'll only really be using utility stuff, but there's a lot of utility spells with miracles. There's a lot of utility miracles, and they are really goddamn powerful, so I figured I might as well just do that. Beyond that, is there anything else I want to change? I kind of want more vitality, for obvious reasons. I don't like getting punked all the damn place, but... Decisions. For the sake of, I want to get it to 20 vit before I do anything else. I'm fine with my damage output at the moment. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Okay, so that's where the build's at the moment. So, that is the end of the extra vid, where I just show off an optional and kind of dull boss to get a very important item, and then get a key. That was that. I'll see you around. Until next time.